Anvil Studios, good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. We will bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Sapti Kalon, good morning. Inside the program this morning, some comrades will come out of different parts of the country we say help the needy child international ANSI be taking them picking for over 20 years now. Don't threaten for do naked demonstration at parliament if government don't help them for bring them 200 picking in the country.
The woman them who them born who them daddy there, then they go to parliament naked.
The head of crime service at the Criminal Investigation Department (CID), Superintendent Gabriel Tommy, don't confirm to Radio Democracy say police over the weekend be shoot and kill one person and arrest 5 other people after where them people have go thief na one church na Waterloo. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy will talk to the Executive Director, Nassau Road Safety Authority, David Pandanoa, we go talk about the work na the country.
Well, this and plenty other story them, then at the program for you this Wednesday morning, plus some woman them we alleged say they rape, beat and threaten for kill them na Putloko and Kailaun district during the March 2018 election. Don't call on government for look inside this case for make them get justice. And work about safe day inside the program for you this Wednesday morning. Remember say they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by AfriCell. The program where they listen a Good Morning Salone, you can same way so send we message on the number 077 981 981. Comment on the issues them way we they discuss na the program this morning. Well, as you hear from one power headline story them today na the program, we get the executive director na the Salone Road Safety Authority, David Pandanoa. We go can talk about SLRS say them work and how then they make sure say Salone roads them be safe for the road user them. Good morning, Mr. Noah, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Sapti. Good morning, Salone. Thank you.
All right, continue for the week. We will come back to you just now.
And our first issue they look at inside the program, now also some woman them don't allege say they rape, beat and threaten for kill them na Putloko and Kailaun district during and after the 2018 election, and they don't call on government for look inside in case for make them get justice. The woman they talk this way Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law CAL with support from UN Women Go Pull Women Politics and Violence Reflections of the 2018 election in Sierra Leone report na do. Wednesday, April 17, 2019, na Sierra Lighthouse na Aberdeen, where they look inside the violence that will be with women them and the experience before, during, and after the 2018 general election. Elizabeth Campbell will be part of this ceremony and gonna report.
Inside March 2018, the country bin hold general election process for elect them president, parliamentarian, chairperson, mayor, and councillor them. And during this process, plenty violence them be before, during, and after the election. Woman them we been tin up for position and woman them we go vote go through violence during the same day. Now 1 year this way no efforts no show for make sure say justice and accountability day for victim them with them politically violence. This makes Center for Accountability and Rule of Law with support from UN Women Salone don't pull the research project for investigate past political violence against women them during the 2018 election. Most of the people them we take part in this research. They're not glad about the way how justice and accountability they go. For sake of the violence them where they be. Where this then say if something not happen now, this go make woman them not go get the mind for tin up for any political process. Now this make them pull this report where titled Women, Politics and Violence, Reflection on the 2018 election in Sierra Leone. We talk about violence, who that's then send for do the violence, and a recommendation them where then come up with. All then talk here. Now the Executive Director for CAL, Ibrahim Tommy, be explained inside in opening statements.
We are hugely disappointed that more than a year since the 2020 elections ended, investigations into many complaints of politically motivated violence remain incomplete, thereby depriving victims and survivors a sense of justice and closure, which is why as an organization we would like to use this occasion to once again call on the government of Sierra Leone, in particular the Sierra Leone Police, the law officers department, the Ministry of Justice. It is their responsibility to ensure that allegations of violence, especially against women, are investigated prosecuted so that the victims can get a sense of closure.
Where it talk for sake of the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs. The director of the ministry, Charles Van Dee, say it don't say where the country not on they look inside election violence case them waking be. More so where it gets for do with violence against women as Salone. And Salone is say don't sign to plenty international treaty them.
But looking at our own sisters, our own women, to perpetrate violence against them. Sierra Leone is a signatory to one of the major international instruments, which is called CEDAW, and that instrument, which Sierra Leone signed and ratified in 1988, suggests that all discriminatory aspects and violence against women should not be tolerated. And here are we also, this year we are submitting our 7th periodic report. So we are going to use this report to also get some excerpt of it and include it in that report.
Francis Languba Kelly, na the Director of Strategic Communication and Interagency Relations, na Office of National Security, say most of the violence them will be during the election term. Na women and disabled people they more suffer, and say them glad for this report and then go take stance on the recommendation them within the report.
The recipients of those levels of violence have largely been women and the physically challenged. And of course, we saw a manifestation of that in the 2018 general elections. This kind of activity has to change. And I think as a security sector coordinating institution, this report is a welcome gesture to us. So that whilst we are planning for subsequent elections or by-elections as the case might be, we will take into cognizance the specific recommendations that are going to be embedded in this report.
Abu Toure, na person where they work na National Electoral Commission and go represent the Chief Electoral Commissioner, say as then they on the 2020 and 2024 strategic plan, this report will help them capture some panditin them within the reports.
We consider the report very timely, because we are now preparing our 2020-2024 strategic plan. This will help us factor some of the issues that will be raised. The key factors that are affecting women participation in politics are outside the Commission purview.
Inside in talk, the person we go represent UN Women as Salone, Mabesita, say violence against women them na politics. Then they take them very serious and say na one of the things then this way can make women them not they take part na election. And this couple with them support Calwit is say come out from the UN Peace Building Fund. So it say government and other agency them for make sure say them protect women their rights na the country.
This report and other activities that relate to violence against women in election and politics is dear to our hearts. We have considered violence against women in politics, particularly violence against women in election, as one of the top inhibiting factors to women's political participation. And so inhibiting them, stopping them is simply human rights violation. The support from the Peace Building Fund, since I've listened to the state institution, the EMB, the security coordinating body, the Ministry of Gender, that they are all committed in taking on board recommendations and findings of this report.
Where then they talk about them past experience them where then say them get during the 2018 election. Then Umaya allege say then rape, beats and people them threaten for kill them. Na Potloko and Kailaon district outside and tap. We make them call on government for look inside and case so that them go get justice.
Me, I'm strong number for SFP. I go APC. All my people say we don't go APC. 2018 election, I suffer. They naked me, they loved me. Now they're selling. I suffer. Now help me. Tony, let you come out. Educate me, begin them. Me na put up again, na they are born. Me big brother, you go APC. Na SFP. If you know say na SFP, avoid. So this 2018 when the election come, we will this campaign, we on. Now they can also say come, beating, gang starting, come broke me place, beating, damaging me. They even bust me like that 3 stitches. Then the head there, we go police. And as I tell you right now, I'm not going to go inside to local because Tony no go beat me back. But in that for me life, I want justice prevail. I want the government help me. That it's back my business money.
Inside in keynote address, the president for all political parties Women Association, Augusta James Timer, call on government and other sector them for come together and tap violence against women them, more so where it get for do with politics, and beg pardon on behalf of political party them for sake of the allegation them whether women they are make say na political party them because violence pa them.
As HAPWA, we are very grateful to our president, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, for his aptness in declaring a state of emergency on rape. We will be more grateful if such a pronouncement shall be made on violence against women when there are general elections. As part of our mandate, HAPWA is more than committed to ending violence against women in elections. And we shall even join hands with CAL to disseminate these findings. HAPWA is joining hands with the government of Sierra Leone and on behalf of political parties to say that if it is true that these violations, these violence acts are really being perpetrated by political parties, I am taking the podium to apologize on behalf of all political parties.
Different speaker them will be attend the program. Be make their own commitment say, then go continue for support call and make sure say government look inside and case here proper one. For Radio Democracy, Mina Elizabeth Campbell the reports.
The program with the listener Good Morning Salone, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. The time from the studio clock now 7:42, and in case you just tune in, we get the Executive Director for the Salone Road Safety Authority and Ina David Panda Noah. Inside 1996, government will establish the Salone Road Transport Authority by an act of parliament for regulate the road transport industry. But inside 2014, the Salone Road Transport Authority been carry this act back na Parliament for amendment. Also, them been changed the name to the Salone Road Safety Authority by how them for make sure say driver them and vehicle them get the registration number and safe driver them take license. Well, from that time day to now, how SLRA don't they do them work and how they don't they ensure say the road safe for the user them. Well, at the studio this morning, one more time, I want to welcome the Executive Director for the Salone Road Safety Authority, David Panda Noah. Good morning, one more time.
Good morning, Khadija.
All right. From the background I give, but SLRS say it clear say on a mandate now for regulate the road industry and make sure say the road safe for the user them. But before we can look at on a mandate and how on don't they work, let's look at the structures na SLRS say. I believe saying the first thing this will get you from where you become executive director.
That's correct.
All right. Let's look at the lay down structures where you meet. How you can describe the structure them na as SLRS say.
The structures, because them recently been overhauled and look at the road safety organized, where they add the road safety. So we don't put certain things in place. But the one thing we lack currently, an actual road safety directorate who feels we need forget. But we get the HR, we get the procurement, we get the directorate itself, we get the license department, we get transport department. We get the enforcement department, but what we will let forget now road safety, the directorate.
Looking at all what you don't mention about the structure the way you meet, how equipped you meet the different structure, they're able to make you continue for do your work?
In terms of the structures themselves, I would say yes, we are able to carry on with the work we'll get for do, but we need for do more to the structure than they. We need for in terms of numbers, enforcement very low. We get very a few enforcement officers. We get in the whole country, I think 145. We get. We're very very small. That we include all the people that would all resign, the people that would all be terminated. So that structure, the size of the workforce, very small. We want for go on the other side of the country. Will not get stationed. And currently, we people that apply the routes unlicensed with various other violations that within they carry on at the area there.
So some of them think they are way lacking at SLRSA where you take over office. What's some of the efforts and we don't make for ensure say things work well?
My music teacher been always say a house without a foundation is not a house at all. So we begin first for looking at we safe how the staff morale day. The staff, then where they work, the area they wouldn't work, what are the conveniences where they get. If you go to most of we station them, very deplorable. Station them, we difficult for the person work. The heat, you go get place will not get air condition now. You get place that will get dust. People that will leak when they come, the roofs and they leak. So one of the things that we currently do now for Go Force and ensure say we staff the female then get toilets, separate toilets for male and female, and that's water day for them for go get a lot of female staff and for make sure that in conditions the environment where they work safe for them and let them get the morale boosted up as well. We don't get place the people that don't get any sort of the emoluments then we don't stagnant for a long time. We'll see how we're able with budget this year, see if we increase a little, give people a little bit more, promote the one that we're being supposed to be promoted. We don't take long time in the same position, but they're very experienced in what they do. And so we get that. So we get staff morale boosted up very much right now. Even the road safety cops them where they go with the challenges where they get where people then go where they arrest then go call the either the executive director or deputy executive director and say then release that person, they release that, we not do so anymore. We go say deal with the officer, he get him and he can decide what he want for do. If he say they charge you.
Looking at the mandate of the Salone Road Safety Authority now all over the country, all which you talk about so from where you take over for say you don't try for bring some improvements at the different departments or section them. Now thing then just within Freetown so?
No. In all areas we'll get, in most of the, we don't visit most of the, they are not visit all the stations they hit, but most of the stations get the same kind of problems, and you can't promise all the time the same things. So the one day we go meet first, get them going, and you know, that the same happening also. What we do, send the estate officer go round, and the HR go round for check the office there and come with a list of the problems we then get. With them problems, and then we go out and see what we're able to do within the budget for see which kind of furniture, which kind safety we will put in place for them people there. So almost the country don't get either they get new computers, then get new desks, new chairs, things like them kind of thing. If they need for get electricity up them, then charges where then they will give them for them electricity in the place, then generator fuel, so at least then we'll get light for do them work and any kind of things.
Their equipment there, so we una don't give to some of the owner staff there. One go and say it's very important, but after the amendment of the act inside 2014, we make owner change to the road safety authority. This also on account the road safety cops them. Now one them we can deny the roads and in charge of traffic, but most time them on our road safety cops here, you did notice they get challenges. For instance, if they arrest the driver, if fail for putting in seat belt, they want for take evidence. You see one go pull in phone, say okay, I snap you for evidence. We clearly show say they not get the right equipment them for do them work.
That's correct. They're not for the use the individual phones, but as we say, we try for getting equipments for them. One for get them radios, one for get them systems or equipment so we're able get check your license straight off from there, then get straight direct link to database. We will get the license them out for check your license, and for able get, as you say, if they want need evidence, then we get evidence on the camera they would then go get.
But if the road safety cops them where they do the major work for SLRSA for ensure say driver then comply with the road signs them or the road regulation, they not get the right equipment, it clearly shows say not to better work than they do.
Oh, then they do a fantastic job really without most of the equipment in there at the moment. So the equipment you could just even add to the kind of job we do. It's really difficult job because second day out, we don't go out with them, we day out with them, standing maybe sun, rain, or any day outside. They talk to people that way get angry because when you stop a vehicle, if not put you get passenger there inside, then say they get very upset. Then they come down on that one person day why you stop, where you not go left with do a big or then the big, all that kinds of things. So you get for sit down, think about it, and cool down, calm yourself down, and take the heat and carry on with the job where they do. Then they do quite very, very well, even with this under the current conditions. But added technology will just help we much more and make them more efficient.
Okay, looking at the Road Safety Authority, 80% of una work na the road a day. And in any department or institution, they can say they get key priority thing they waiting for look at. You don't mention side them where you say you don't try for improve. But the road safety cops them, most of the time they didn't award, and that's our key mandate. Why in the thing the way you mentioned so not try for improve, you not try for provide some of the equipment the within cops here need for do their work? Because this is not a challenge we done there for a very long time.
As I said, we currently look at them. We need to get where I see the house without. If we not get the base, the database for be complete, for be such that we get a concise and comprehensive database, the cops they're not able to get the information where they need. So we work on the back end, we work on the database for ensure so we get vehicles registered. We get a lot of transfer of plates, a lot of them fake things and where they happen. We put them to go about and do. And so if we not get our own database correctly, if you get the equipment, until you pull up the data are not correct, then the officer are not really able to do in job with the equipment we get. So really what you want for do now for ensure say the back end the work, the database the work, we will get the license then correctly logged in with database, we get the vehicles then registered completely in the database, so that when you pull up, if you check the vehicle, you know exactly what's in the car. So and you get for choose the right equipment. So the back end will be done now. We get the driver's license, we try for overhaul with driver's license, or we'll get new driver's license, we'll get a new vehicle system, registration system at the database. So we'll get them one in this setup. Then we can now procure equipment which will suit the road safety corps. You know, I get 3-4. You get 3-4 equipment in your hand. You want one, we go able to do. You go check driver's license. You go check the vehicles, the licenses. You go check the color, because some people they change the color of the vehicle. They not even come to way back. So all these things they go able check at one go.
Mr. No, I'll look at one other important issue when one of our major mandates them for ensure say road safety signs them they na some of the roads them. Let we look at some of the highway them for going at the provinces them. Most them accidents can happen at the places there. Again, where you they go, you're not able to see visible signs them for show the road user or the driver then say this not some of the road safety sign them, and this don't be a long challenge na SLRSA under your administration. What do you go do for this particular challenge? We don't do for long term.
First of all, what we don't do will come first now for ensure say drivers and they go through a test. If you come for new license, if you come for renew license, you get for go through a test, and the test most of it be based on the signages of the road and what you know. So and before that, 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, then go teach. Then they show you now the road sign, teach about the road signs, and just forget people knowledgeable about it. And when you don't do that, we now get you a test, and you get for pass that test before you get the license or before renew your license. If you not pass, they will send you back for go do the test. The signs on the roads, the road furniture, now between we and SLRA. SLRA they do the furniture. We for ensure say regulate say then furniture then they on the road. When we work together, if you go round most of the road and where they know they do, you go see the roundabouts. They already don't get giveaway markings on the roads. Where you can't roundabout, you get for giveaway.
Outside in the.
Well, if you go Congo Cross, now one Congo Cross don't get one. All the way going down from Congo Cross going down there, way up to Juba. Then all the roundabouts they don't get the markings.
Because one other side back way I want bring to you notice that around this Kiama Road Lodge area, new construction of road they go on there, and then get some kind curvy roundabouts where sometimes it's confusing for the one who they cross street and the driver. Then no road safety sign they not do it.
That's true, but SLRA could tell we say because now new construction they not hand over the road to the heat, they can't do any markings. Road safety now we for work with the people that already do the roads for say listen, you need more signs on these roads with SLRA. So we need for check the mandate again and say listen, we don't do work with them because before they not include SLRSA in most of these new designs of roads. So but recently we don't push. And then they call in out to most of the meetings. So we enforce, we try for insist, say, listen, if you not, even if not net, forget diversion or get stops or get some form of markings where go make the roads because people then use the roads. Okay. So they work together with SLRA and the RMFA for where they provide the funding for where we get these things together. We don't begin the do and we don't begin work small together.
Okay, you talk about say we people can go for license or registration, or they do test and not seen them. But again, if you look, that's not enough compared to we know not to secret again for say so man they get license and not even go now in our office. So instead of where people can go individually or do a sign of like for say give sabi to that person, why not go embark on massive public awareness reason than just where somebody go for license now they tell them the things the way for do now they hold them, and we know say most people can get license but they're not can reach now in our office.
That's been happened before. We take over, so we count, you will get license. I'm not going to say to you, not happening at the moment, but it will be very difficult for you to get the license without coming to the office. And we go around, we do training. We actually provide free training, bike riders, drivers union, we embark on it. In fact, we collaborate with themselves recently. Themselves want for do, themselves don't get excited, they want the enthusiastic, the bike riders union, they write recently, say they want for put up training, we personnel can go help, but we do free training for drivers union, we do free training for bike riders, and then so we now mandate, now part of the mandate, so we offer them one and the
continue for day between the program executive director Salone Road Safety Authority David Pandanoa. Where we come to you back, he will tell you about a different operation and thing they want to embark on. The program na Good Morning Salone.
We'll continue the program and we'll look at more issues inside the program this morning. And now we'll take one per we other headlines to read them. Also, some comrades we come on a different parts of the country we help the needed child international Hansel been take them picking them for adoption at different parts of the world. Don't threaten for do naked demonstration at parliament. If governments not help them for bring back then 200 picking them where Hansel been take go na different country them. Then comrades talk this inside one meeting with journalists them. Also, then say inside 1997, this orphanage home Ansil, Bingo Makeni, Moyamba, Kamakwe, and other parts of the country. Also, then say, then Pikia, na Henry Abu, Honorable Roland Fodekabo, John Gula, and 2 other people them Bingo meeting and tell them say, may then give them picking them, they want for put them na school. But this then say na been lie. Now this make them people who continue for call on government for look inside and concern them. Yeno Kabia been the part of the meeting where then come right all with journalists them and he go now report.
Inside 1997, some people will be adopt some picking them from Makeni, Moyamba, Kamakwe, and other parts in the country through one organization when I help the needy child international, when then they call ANSI. From that same day, then Kumbraya no be know the whereabouts of them picking them. This be make them Kumbraya be don raise plenty concern but them picking ya. We be make the media and plenty civil society organization them been join them Kumbraya for raise awareness but then 200 picking ya where them be adopt. Because of them concern ya, been draw government attention we be make them take this matter na court. Tuesday, April 23rd this year. Comrades of them 200 Pikian may organize press conference for sake away one pan the 200 Pikin them being don't come na the country. Abubakar Kabo, now the spokesperson for the affected parents, talk for the reason why they call this press conference.
We call this press conference for call on government for see how them go can join or well-meaning Sierra Leoneans them. I believe say people know they are there who go help you for let them picking able united back with them parent them because the picking are desperate for camp meet them parent them but some of them no able afford as 5 people in charge of 31 count charges ranging from trafficking of person, perjury and other related offences. Honorable Dr. Roland Fodekabo and Riabu, Peter Bremer Kabo, Lamin Dumboya and John Bla, 5 of them. This matter go through magistrate court, then come back commander say sufficient evidence they commit the matter in a high court. For more than commit that matter in a high court, now we not able to know anything about the case. Yeah, we dey call on President Bio for see how best he go intervene. There is a way. We don't move. Even right now, we don't write letter to Foreign Affairs, Social Affairs for see how best they will do this directive because it's important to the parent. The parent don't die. The pikin don't die out there. We don't go wait until all man die before anything that happen.
But inside this press conference, the comrades where them picking them be involved na this adoption been there and at this then gets for say.
So they allow make chance now we get them pick there. After we this not happy, the woman them who them born them pick there, who then daddy there, then they go to parliament naked, and the parents they don't plan down and they miss, they fail. We don't give them 90 days.
Well, we dey give government 90 days because of we on strikes and move on make, and the condition we know say some of the beginning day we as parents then we don't go out of patience because this issue don't dey over 20 years. If we fail, we will come out and organize massive protest.
Honorable Dr. Roland Fodekagbo, now the member of parliament for constituency 64 na Kamakwe inside Karine district and serve now be the former executive director for Help the Needy Child International been talk in your side of the story.
First of all, we not get no child trafficking offense or commit. We are non-governmental organization at that time. We get 2 orphanages inside Makin. The one for we are the big one for take care of children who were separated during the war and reunite them with their parents then after. They call it the interim care center. Then we get another one, a much smaller one, by an American agency within the fund, marked Main Adoption Placement Services, and they named on the MAPS for short. They say that they run orphanage, but if Pekin and they will need adoption, then they able to facilitate them. So we host them. For a start, they say them go only because it's very not easy to get adoptive parents in America. Real adoptive parents, then go only take 29 of the worst cases. We've been getting a lot of competition. Hundreds of parents, they storm that place, the partners insist still at 29 no more than one. And so we stay by 29. During that year and the following years, and we go at 2.5 years to take for Glenny, the first beginning, because the process is so long.
But waiting at the way forward, Honorable Roland Kagbo again.
The only way we left that walks through the Ministry of Social Welfare. Because our government to government and they listen to themselves. Me as an individual I not get that authority today. But if some high authority will write a letter we go guarantee the Pekin for say when they entire they will not fall into harm, they will be welcome. And if they're able to appoint a focal person where the Pekin go refer then communication in preparation to come. I don't say Boko of the worker, but they don't know how to do it. If there's an authority we go able to say so when I come, we are shown I say nothing will happen. This Pekin go able to go with that kind of statement.
Lovetta Conte, na be one pan the 200 Pekin them where them be alleged say they adopt. Talk about the experience.
I was adopted out of the HENC program and adopted into a family in America. I was 7 years old when I left the center, going on my 8th birthday. They tried to convince us that our parents were dead. Many of us believed it because we were young. Me, I was told that my mom was dead.
Lovetta Conte end up calling government for help in company them, for make them go come na the country and safe, make them go see them parents them. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Kabiade reports.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for me boss man them. With Million Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all you supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Salone. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We were they bring the program come to you this morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Sapti Kalon.
We still get the Executive Director for the Salone Road Safety Authority in the studio, David Panda Noah. There this morning, they talk about SLRS, they work and safe, how then they make sure say the road safe for driver and road user them. Mr. Panda, I'll come back to you. You make mention of the test where you wanna say driver and they go take na una compound and when they check the motor car for make sure so they get some of the things them we then supposed forget before them begin ply the routes or the different routes them. But most them certain people them just they send them motor car them for go license. They not they even for go take this test.
As I said before, I'm not saying nobody happened before. I can't vouch say it not they happened, but wherein we don't put this new regime in place, you get for come, we don't get 1 or 2 cases where we find people they knock out the vehicle, we take drastic action. So for now, in all we stations, we don't call all vehicle examiners, we don't talk to everybody. The vehicle get for come for the MOT check.
Okay, now let's look at one of a new system where you try for implement or one they do now when the registration and license of vehicle. You go see say yes, that's the better way, but you get plenty people they complain say this they take a long time and the procedure them they make some man not even get the patient say for go wait and everything. How this system really they work?
Most people not they go to we directly, then they go through people that they call goats or agents. If you can't to we counter, you can't directly to win our office. You go or any of our office they go now we counter. You for able do your vehicle registrations. Once you get all the papers correct, then they give 1 to 3 days for do your vehicle registration.
That 1 to 3 days enough for the way we go license or the way we register?
If you go register your vehicle, once you get all the paper, then register and license, because the way you go for registration and the license, they all go together. You go get 1 to 3. If everything correct, you don't pay all your dues with income tax. You don't do all the other bits we for do. You don't do. We can able to do your vehicle within that 1 week at most. If we don't get your vehicle, if everything is correct, the only people that would get challenges with now the provinces. We currently you get for sending all your details come free to for you not to happen at the provinces, but that could be history because soon we don't get already interconnectivity where we connect all we stations to the central database. We'll get now the software now we work with we vendor them for install. Then they do tests at the moment, but that would be a thing of the past where you get for come applying come free to or send the people who come free to.
Let me look at the issue of road accident. Some time back, SLRS on a pull a report we should say road accident they on the increase, and most time them where accidents can happen if you go na the scene, you they see say either motorcar we don't broke down. It in at the road, you know, even get no sign of reflection for sure. Say this motor car don't broke down. It can be the causes of the accidents, them, especially in the highway them.
And what you say correct. We get a lot of dilapidated vehicles, especially the heavy duty vehicles that make recently we go down the Wataki and go enforce Wataki. Most of the vehicles they're in deplorable conditions. We impound. We also prohibit most of them vehicle and they for let them make corrections because on our tank they're not going to use the tank themselves. They use rubber. They not get mirrors. Just as I say they don't get reflectors. But now we ensure we don't tell all vehicle examiners the vehicle then forget reflectors. All them big trucks then forget reflectors. They also get triangular reflectors. So if you go do a check on them, then forget them triangular reflectors. Then forget reflectors around the vehicle itself. Because as you see, they can park na road na net dark, no lights, and the people then just run into them. Because you not get reflect. By the time you notice the vehicle there and maybe other vehicle they come on the other side, you just deploy into them. We also do an operation at 38 because mile 38 now other checkpoint where the vehicle then pass for go upline. We do a check there. We impound so many vehicles and prohibit so many, more than 77 vehicles who get really do the wrong things. And we go continue for do that. We go continue for go Ataki for ensure say we roads then safe. We go ensure vehicles in the park na road and put them grass. Then put grass, put them for say na sign of warning. But that even more dangerous because we didn't get wet if na rainy season. Motor car it's just the slide.
Okay, apart from the vehicle we can park in the street, again, the one that we can involve in an accident, and one way we can see, then can just leave the day, maybe at the end of the day, the one that we can need the iron and go time. In terms of owner clearing a vehicle at moment where they get accident, or how well owner capacitate in that area, because it's bad for the accident don't be on side, then the two vehicles away involved, still they for a very long time.
That is correct. It's bad because it even impound the compound the problem, and because the vehicle ended it. But recently, what we don't try to get impound yards, because impound yards now a problem. But we don't get FTC, we don't get at 38, we don't get even grammar school for give we land for develop impound yards. So soon we begin, we don't even the one FTC don't go through. That our Freetown teachers call it Nigeria, a big land piece of land we don't get. We will able to take vehicles that we will meet broke down the road, or will meet get accident for remove them at the routes. But we get the capacity. The other thing we can get problems with two vehicles get for pay toll. So the pay toll like a big vehicle could cost you $1 million for every time you go in and out. And so that would talk with the people them as well for help we with works departments and ministry for help we for see how we safe go be given free pass, so vehicles then go for their emergency cases then because sometimes during the week most weekend at that thing can happen. The drivers they're not the people that are not can get access to funds. We say not get access to funds for maybe fuel if they don't run down on fuel during the weekend or forget the toll money for pay.
All the measures there we don't talk about. They're not new. We don't hear from SLRSCC. Then we'll come and they go do Ataki, go do vehicle inspection and all other things them. But yet still the issue of road accident now a challenge now we roads them. How about SLRSC put together some policy them like heavy fines them where then go give to vehicle owner them or driver they we can just park them or car them broke down at street and left them go.
That now one of the other things that we work towards with fines. We really need for go back to the lawmakers na parliament and say, listen, I'll get for look into fines, because fines now the one way that they would deter people. You see seatbelt, all man they use seatbelt now because we infringe or get your seatbelt on a 400,000 right there. You understand? But some fine and they will go pay. We see where people they abandon a vehicle, they not do anything with them, they just abandon them. We know the person go to and commodity and auction after 6 months. The process so long, so the auction them, the impound yards and they get filled up, So we get them challenged. But if we go back to the parliament for say, listen, we need for look at your regulations, look at your laws, maybe increase with fines or increase up more penalties. We'll forget. Then I think so we go about with the advocates for go down that. We work with parliament as well for go down that way.
Okay, looking at or knowing the fact that most of the accidents already been at the provinces, but again we see say much has not been done in terms of for capacity the provinces where company road safety measure them. You don't talk about so many things where you don't do within Fritoya. So things say outside the thing the more way they happy when the bad thing them for don't be you keep priority area instead of you say we they try for work on this and we try for put this thing in place.
Where we say we try, that means we work on them. If you talk about the provinces, most of the accidents are speeding. Most of the accidents are speeding or drink driving. Most of the accidents road on the encounter in the provinces are speeding. But one of the roads, them beautiful roads that were recently constructed, the ice road from Kenema to Kailan. That road, is beautifully signed. You get all the signages where you want reflective as well, so na net you dey see am. Also then get a lot of calming measures. Well, then get a lot of speed bumps, but not the calming measure that they will get in this country. Normally you go get speed cameras and other things that we will go install. And so if a road like that, the accidents, if you actually check the recent statistics, accidents are really small at that piece of stretch of road there from Kenema to Kailaun, because you're not able to speed per se, because speed bumps, every few villages you get your speed bump, the bridges get speed bump, so you're not able like speed that way, like how they can speed the Bo Kenema or Bo Freetown Highway, more to get more of the accidents. But really not due to driver error most of the time, user behavior, we're not speeding. We do a lot of checks as well as we go around with the talk. So a lot of the community radios, we don't get MOUs with a lot of community radios to try for tell people them about road safety. about waiting for do with the driver. I mean, you're a passenger, somebody the speed with you, tell the driver slow down. The roads then get signed, most of them get 80 kilometers per hour. You go see people that run 120, 140. Nobody not talking inside the vehicle, but then you do them private as well as commercial vehicles. We as passengers, we as users get a right for say, listen, the sign say 80 kilometers an hour. When you come to the villages, 50 kilometers an hour. Because when you cross, most of the time, if you're not near villages, then accident can happen because goats they pass na the road, duck they pass na the road, and we get this taboo where people they know the bank duck. So you go swerve all kind of way for avoid the duck. Once the dog then. But if you can't speeds of 80 or more than that now, pass a village where the sign say 50 kilometers an hour, anything we hit or any slight mistake, you go off the road.
Okay, continue for the between the program. David Pandanoa, Executive Director, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. We go for this quick break.
Better don't come. Now Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all love but na Salone. Bokono kenema, we ide. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we ide. Jala free town loan sa, we ide. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
You are an innovator. We want bring change. You get passion and zeal for do something. Anytime you there, we dey look for you because you time don't come.
Salone Cable Limited believe the strength where technology and innovation get for make business and economy grow and tin up stronger one for developments where go come with money. And Salcap they launch for the first time, then Tech Startup Challenge. For you who want be part of this program, now for send you business idea and tin them where you sabi make. For tap the problem them inside book learning, well body business, agriculture and energy. Send your application to startup@salcap.sl and member say April 30 na the deadline for all application. For no more, call 079 923 524. Salcap, connecting innovators to endless opportunities.
The program where they listen to Good Morning Salone, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will continue for looking inside more issues inside the program this morning.
This BNTM, Tifman them go attack some missionary them na the Latter-day Saint Church. Outside them be beat and harass people them na this church. This make police officer them na the Waterloo police station be gonna decide outside this incident be happen. And according to the head of criminal service na the criminal investigation department CID, Superintendent Gabriel Tommy say police over the weekend be shoot and kill one person and arrest 5 people wey be go thief na this church. Superintendent Gabriel Tommy talk more about this incident to Theodore Arena inside this interview.
On the 19th, in a net, you get some church missionaries then, the Latter Days Saints, then get a facility, their premises. And net, people then go attack them. Then they talk saying about 12 people in number, then broke into them premises, then beat some of the mercenary there, then one for take them property, then go with cutlass, then giant cutters then. So then we go, the people then began for call out to police so that they will go to the rescue. And fortunately the police moved fast, the Waterloo police, then be able for repel the attack So they rescue the people then from them.
Almost people there with the talk, but so we them police they also be able for arrest during this incident will be happen.
Well, instantly the police be able for arrest one person na the scene. But after that, we therefore communicate with my colleagues then around Freetown, so we able to make further arrests. For that particular case, now 5 people we get in custody in respect of that incident in Waterloo.
So una be able to get the property the way they may go and take to the missionary, yeah?
The way no more than left and run away na the thing that we then go with, they implement then giant cutters, then the cutlass, then the hammer, then they left all day and run away. Virtually they not be able to come out with things about them handle the missionary then.
Make to understand say the police been kill one palliative man them during that operation the way they may go rescue them people there.
One person died, so that one they been so brave. They challenge the police, throw stones at them. So, and go team up, you give yourself up to somebody where deliberately go out and determine for kill you. So, an armed robber, get one objective that for succeed. If you not succeed, anybody wait team up now way. If you get away, go harm you or do away with you. So the police are not go team up. Somebody they challenge them. We don't go. You don't put whole other people there. If you see that other missionary the way we then deal with her, then the police go team up. They admire her. One of the robbers where he be challenge the police there, they may get for firearm in body then a mortuary. That was instantly.
Apart from the Waterloo incident we happen, we make to understand say Waterkey the police be able to see a container with timber. You can confirm to where how to that be?
Yes, I go confirm that indeed I've been get for right to Freetown Terminal, the NRA, the Ministry of Trade, and all other part players in the timber trade for let we go down now Waterkey for check the timber container they waiting for loading out of this country. This thing starts with information or leakage where it occur where they find some timber there we then be supposed for don't load the inside container. So they find out say the timber we already load, somebody don't get identity mark. Now the timber that they see in a door. So it been get for puzzle people then. The one that they engage in the timber business, we get government get agents where now lead way. Now then the government agents we responsible for regulate the timber trade. Now in the liaise with the exporters or the purchasers there for let them ship the timber out. So where they don't then get depot then right around Freetown. Now then they bring the timber from upline then they deposit there. Now from there container they go then load down. Then they face and can Waterkey for shipment. But the company say they wait if for the after they don't fully load one container. It will be between 20, 24 upwards to 28, 29, 30 tons. Instead of when they weigh in weight go above 24 or so, some container when they weigh in weight they drop far below 12 tons. So it's a mystery. But you look at the container, they seal the intact, nothing no wrong with that. So this maintain they can't see the timber where then they load inside the container, then seal them, then see some of this timber outside. And when we work at then can't tell me now we work at the depot then around Waterloo and Hastings. We found out say some timber they way be supposed for don't be inside container, it they out. So now that give me the cause and several container then the way the people then bring information see then fall below the expected weight for the inside the container. So Mr. be writes to the port management say all the timber container they wait they're not for ship there. We go on seal there. We inspect waiting they for see waiting they inside. So all we break the seal. Surprisingly of that quantity of containers we be already ready for shipment. We found out say 14 days out of that number they will we inspect, then get palm tree, then get some stump there where they not get any value and not to then they load inside. So we are saying an economic sabotage. So it's a very serious issue and we treat it that way.
Well, that's at the head of Crime Service and the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, Chief Superintendent Gabriel Tomibi, they talk to Theodore Arena inside that interview for Seka one thief case we be in Waterloo, we be make police be shoot one person and arrest 5 other people. The program we listen to na Good Morning Salone, and now we go for a short music break.
a big, 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 big man. Big, 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 big man. Look a big, 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 big man.
That's na song title Big Thief Man, where the Kaba brothers the program this morning with the salon, and we still get the executive director for the Salone Road Safety Authority, David Panda Noah, na the studio with we this morning. They talk about them work na SLRSA and how they go ensure say the roads then safe for the user them. Mr. Noah, let's look at another issue we get for do with unused damaged vehicles. Sand on the come out from people them where they go na SLRSA for.
Recently we've been get late delivery of seals, and where the seals come as well, they're not the work. So what we get for what we do now for institute a regime of where we get a license for a short period. We don't make a short period of license because we believe that by the time that we go done with them. We would done for overhaul the license. That period, then like a new license then go get the whole system of license go change. We go with different security features we will come up with. So we get a license where just they last for 6 months currently. So people then they get license. If you go for your license, you get the distribution method now that's no more because some people they come. They tell them not to sell them for coming, they come. So the place crowded. So but recently we don't institute say anything. Give list of people that wait for come for. Tell the person where they come for a license, they wait for come for them. So we come. The crowd no go there and no go come meet up other people them for that. But license we give license.
All right. Continue for the program. David Panda Noah, Executive Director, Road Safety Authority. Quickly, will they take the short commercial break? Will they come and continue with the program? Good Morning Salone.
GhanaSongs.org.
They causing confusion.
But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand than they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all sharp and building material store na the one whole country.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We look at more issues inside the program this morning. The national president for the Salone Red Cross Society, Reverend Christian Sapphire, don't ask government and Soyat organization them for help the Salone Red Cross Society with subvention so that they go continue with their work where they do for help poor people na Salone. Reverend Christian Sapphire talk this inside one national dialogue meeting with state and non-state actors them for see how they go pledge their support for help promote the work where Red Cross Salone they do. Princess Piers gets more and he go now report.
The Red Cross Society, when organization where they deal with health and emergency issue them like disaster, where they work in different parts them na the world. start operation as salon for long term now, and from that same day to now, they don't dey help in different area them. Nelson Yandemo, na the Director General of the Salone Red Cross Society, talk about the plan them where Red Cross gets for 2019.
Red Cross is in health, providing water wells that are free, providing medicine. So on health, we want to reduce maternal and child mortality in US. We are losing as a result of some health issues that we can manage. You will surprise. So we want to reduce that. So this is our broad goal around that. As I said, mobilize communities around WASH. We want to increase access to regionalization of food services. On livelihood, we want to increase food sufficiency at household level in vulnerable communities. In migration, another thing that we also have to put in. The Sierra Leone Red Cross is one of the strongest actors that the government of Sierra Leone can rely on.
But according to the national president for the Salone Red Cross Society, Christian Safaya, say this institution don't face challenge for do the work.
Sierra Leone Red Cross Society is taking a phenomenal lead role in supporting the government and people of Sierra Leone in the provision of much needed humanitarian and development services. With an established network of over 17,000 volunteers spread across 13 districts, the Sierra Leone Red Cross Society has been the first responder to all major natural and man-made disasters and public health emergencies our nation has faced, sometimes at the expense of the lives of our volunteers. However, the global humanitarian pulse is shrinking and donor fatigue is beginning to take its toll. Our valued partners are not willing to continue covering all core costs of the society. We ask, with passion for humanity, to promote human dignity for our vulnerable people in our communities. Let us stand and support the Sierra Leone Red Cross to achieve this objective as I've highlighted.
Even though the program development coordinator for the International Federation for the Red Cross Red Crescent, Lawrence Orowi, say they will continue for giving support to the Red Cross Society in a Salone, but call on Salone people them for giving support to the institution, as he say the support within the give not go able make them run the activity them.
The Red Cross is a family, and this family consists of National Red Cross Society, the International Federation of the Red Cross, and the International Committee of the Red Cross. And this family exists to strengthen humanitarian assistance, response all around the world. At the Federation in particular, we will be there to back them up technically, but it is really your society here to serve your people. And we are very proud to be here to work with them, trying to assist them in any way we can, to stand by them, stand with them, and to encourage you all together to join us in the Red Cross family in uplifting the lives and livelihoods of Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone.
Stakeholders them from different sectors promise for giving support to the Salone Red Cross Society for make them continue their good work where them be done they do. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piasley reports.
We dey continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and now they look at text messages we una don send na the program this morning. It's up to you.
This first one I go look at say I think there are more important issues to address, like the poor quality license and poor quality number plates.
This other one, they say the most critical road safety issue in this country is vehicles that are parked on the road without hazard light, which cause accidents. Why does SLRS say not to these vehicles and impose hefty fines on the drivers? Such a policy will cut down the road accidents.
Another one here, they say, why is it that there is no driver's license for the past 3 months and they only give 6-month temporary license? From Uncle Tina at the Late Street.
This one, they say the SLRSA boss is aware of all the problems that occurred during the last administration but has not addressed any. Very disappointing. Even here in Freetown, vehicles ply at night with no light or reflectors. All and rotten lorries ply the roads, metal seats in podas, right-handed vehicles everywhere. What difference have you made at SLRSA, sir? You need to promote our president's new agenda.
More messages inside the program Good Morning Salone, and this one is a road safety measures should also be extended to the conditions of used cars entry into the country and the quality of spare parts and used tires sold to vehicle owners and mechanic from Jabati.
This one they say Mr. Noah, fatal accident at the Spur Road Lumley roundabout. So far nothing has been. Please increase the number of bumps on that road as a remedy.
Another one again, they say, what do you plan to do with buses that are designed with metal seats in order to have more seats?
From Adesina Taylor, now Facebook page, he said Mr. Noah is talking well. However, he has said nothing about educating the keke and Okada users on the road rules. They don't wait at traffic lights and also do not heed the directives of the traffic police and wardens. They also drive in the middle lane, showing down traffic, and have the tendency to just swear into the other lane to drop off their passengers. What are Mr. Noah's plan for this category of people?
Another one, they say there are so many things that the Road Safety Authority need to look into and address, and we don't expect them to happen in a hurry. Just that the executive should have priority of areas that it should focus on and make sure that it completes them.
For Michael Carter on Facebook, they say, well done, Mr. Panda, for the good job done. At the end of the day, we will realize a reduction in accidents that occur in the country.
Another one is say these fines are really not reflecting with those drivers because they keep doing the same thing. I think more measures should be put in place so that when their vehicles or truck are seized, they will learn to respect the law.
This other one on the head of CID interview here, they say the illegal timber scam is bad for our country's image, more so when timber is one of the few things we export outside the country to generate income.
The last message we me go read for now. Say, Mr. Panda Noah, you've done something, but trust me, more need to be done. Looking at the accident, no road sign, no reflector, and no entry or exit point for roads that have so many curves and other things. I think you need to go back to the drawing board to put things in place to divert and avoid so many accidents and other dangers that are happening along the different roads in the country.
From John Sonny Bango on our Facebook page, they say, Mr. Director, what have you guys put in place for parking bus stop for the drivers in order to avoid the accidents and SLRSA police harassment? This other one, we don't come na the program, they say, Mr. Panda, please tell us more on issuance of tickets by road cops. It's becoming embarrassing, especially when you go for license. It come out from Moses. This other one, we don't come to the program, we come out from Ivan Afriton. They say, cut up Panda Noah, thanks for a job well done for now. However, the issues like people using road and street as garages and car park is such an act unlawful. If not, what have you done or intend to do? Well, from that message, we can out to Mr. Noah for they respond to some of the concern them we don't come to the program.
Okay. The one part the caller they say driver's license not day. That's not true. Driving license day. As I say earlier on, we don't put measures in place where we overhaul the whole license. So we put 6 months license for now, so that by that end the current seals will not the exist or will not the where the or the prints have been faulty, we then bring come for do the seals. We don't change the method of doing with license. We get more of security features. So license then they give license and they give license. License been license never stop. License then they forgive the give. Talk about metal seats. Then ongoing enforcement what they do. We will get some OCM. First of all, not the register or not the renew license for any vehicle. We get metal seats. Where we find you on a street on the operations, we prohibit the vehicle. So then they do on the decline. Metal seats they on the decline. Some areas then they will still define them, but they on the decline. People they go actually put their vehicles right, and because we engineer them, don't put a standard, we then they check. We currently people then talk about fatal accidents and still they happen. Yes, crashes they happen. mostly due to driver errors, as I've been saying earlier on, mostly in our speeding. But we, the public, as well, get a job for do. We, the passengers, then get a job for do. As I've been saying, we get MOUs with a lot of community radios now, the provinces, where they talk about the road safety and waiting for do. We can talk about road signs. We SLBC, our will get with that station there. We can talk about every time they talk about the safety of the roads, waiting for doing at the roads, even your vehicle, how for maintain your vehicle. Road safety gets a lot of components where you get for look at. Where you talk about road crash, you get for look about the user, the vehicle itself, even the road. Some of the roads that will be designed currently itself na hazard. So we look at that. We try for do road audits and tell SLRA say them road the area they are not dangerous areas will get. So we work on that. The keke them, the bike riders, we work with the unions. We work with the unions. The unions themselves. Most of them now they bring the bike. They now for license. And when they come for license, as I say, we give free training. Then CSF don't even put a proposal where they want for do training for them riders and the vehicles. Most of the people they not get any training, which is true, but we try for combat that. It could take a while, but to go recent soon go to see most of the people then they adhere to road signs and road regulations. Road signs, some side then inadequate, some side then get, some side then not get. Would work with SLRA. As I said, the new roads, SLRA will say they're not able to do anything about it. We because now new roads, they not hand over it to them.
So
yet.
how soon we go see road signs them now all the road them where SLRA don't hand over, we suppose for get road signs?
Well, we work for the new roads where they hand before they hand over, we have for ensure say then get the road signs on them. Because we work with the SLRA for tell the vendors where they do the road say, listen, they forget road signs. With SLRA say, then you, as I say, they don't begin to do the road signs. RMFA, when they do the funding, they get 10% of the money they will produce every day or every week. Every month, they get 10%, and the ring fence are only for road safety. So that just happened in January. So they begin to see that money, then they go come back into the system for do like we don't say for do the one-way signs. All sides will get one way for make sure say people then see one way, no entry signs. All the entity that would work with SLRA at the moment for do them.
The issue of public education is essential now for make sure say the road user them, driver them abide to the different road safety signs them. Because for example, you dey see some driver them outside traffic lights they na bus stop and that girls school area. The sign there for stop, but they don't they even pay attention to the sign, then just they pass. Some they do and deliberately, some they do because they don't understand.
That's true. We need a lot of education. We need, and some of the education account enforcement. That's why we increase with personnel, because where you get people in there, and if you watch now, get lollipop ladies or gentlemen, where they cross picking in a road, then get a lollipop stick, then get the reflectors, and they actually in the schools during the morning and during the afternoon, they go to them. Busy crossing them, they help the picking them for cross.
How
they don't train.
Can do their awareness here, let the public know, and the road user they let themselves know see this side and for work or not so them for cross.
As I say, we get the SLRS here hour where lots of people they watch what we can do. We most of the times we can get like the jingles then go out now where this holiday period. December we've been doing a massive one where we go around and tell people them May they come as well. We'll get one road safety week. We'll get for talk about a lot of the things that would do, a lot of the effort they would make for let people then safe. I mean, if you talk on our phone, we drive, no problem. If you talk on our phone, we walk on the road, no problem. Okay, people that would sell on the road, they don't move the road, the possible for walker, the pedestrian, move onto the street, conflict the day. You get people that would park on the road, on the pavement, people then for worker. You don't move the possible for worker out on the streets. Would they do the education there? Would they clamp? Would they tow? Vehicle they would find, especially park na the pavement the way you're not supposed to park. We do a lot of that. So a lot of education they can that way by the enforcement. We also talk to people them about it. So this we don't with city council, we work with city council, move people them off the roads. Then said they build markets, and then they build markets at the moment for move people them from the roads into the markets there.
Okay, continue for the retreat. David Pandanoa, Executive Director of Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. We quickly listen to what they work about.
Another morning at the windy man at the wind at the at the man ate unu wonja mo ate big man ate single man ate we some people get respect pam the journalism fee ate we big man that the top side respect the one that way to make like say not the age man the one that way to make like say not the tycoon silaju no mono no morning au no do badi I just think they go no do like I see my I the man and the schedule they respect who are moving that now the globe and independent will have some government office and the clean bowl let them renovate them not this one I see them there and I will go in him I don't know when last that one they see paint not about do ya ba me na dona ebu akabo.
We continue the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Quickly, Mr. Panda, somebody they say so many podas with flashlights like ambulance and police vehicle. What is SLRC doing about it? Yeah,
that artificial light them with the clamp down on them. We get so many. I don't know why they light. It's fad. Now some fad we just don't count. You see many lights in metallic lantern, and then they get blue lights when a police for the use them and ambulances, emergency services. So even get the horn like it's in an emergency service, but with the clamp down very heavily on them, private as well as commercial vehicle. Then get the light there. And then like they are the blind people in our net causing accidents as well or road crash.
So this clamp include all, ma'am, because you get even some government official cars there, we getting kind of light in there also.
Government official, no. Government official vehicle, no go get a light in there. Now private vehicle and they get a light in there. All the one that would not clamp, I don't think so. We don't do government vehicle. We don't see a government official vehicle. Pass the police then go get a light in there. And so we don't with the clamp. We do night operations. We don't do night operations for clamp down on the lights, and we tell them. We tell the owners because we get access to the owners. Say these lights not for the happen, but you still see them, and you still some vehicles they carry them, but we pull them still because they're very dangerous for the roads.
The issue of the poda the way we get the metal seats. Now one way obviously SLRC don't begin talk about or even try for take action. But at some point the driver then been come out straight and say then go strike. All of a sudden then they slow down again.
We not slow down. We're on it heavily. If you check, the metal seats are not the say they not do, but we come for license, not the license, and we take picture where we give the license. So if you go change seats, you can make a nice, then you go back, go change corner, that then can do. Then they go back, go put the metal seats for let them get more space. With people after they don't can take license with the fine seats them or the normal seats, then they go back, go change, and so then go increase the number of peoples. So we they take picture as soon as you come for license, especially when not in a commercial, we they take picture. So later if we catch you in a street with metal seats, we or the seats that we not supposed to forget, we check who that will be the vehicle examiner and check the database. What in a license you with kind seats, and we find out that to prohibit that vehicle they straight up, not able to use another road again and impound them.
Looking at so many clamping on the door and towing people like they pay fine, one would say maybe this not enough for them defaulters here. You know things don't go beyond that point day because with all in tow away so na the tow na the clamp people like they pay fine, the crimes are still committed.
The fines, yes, people I make could still go back to the drawing board, go back to parliament, so increase then fine there will they take for certain of these things. Because if somebody you get 250 for clamp, you go pay clamp 250, you know the mind. Then if you do something drastic, just like I said, the seat belt. So you give the individual 400,000. He watch most people they do them seat belts, although it's still not enough because child restraint and they people that they put them picking at the front, get seat belt instead of putting at the back with a child restraint or a child chair. They're not doing anything in the but we want for say with the enforce, we'll continue to enforce what we'll get. And really, it's still the hurdle because we will clamp. If we take, we'll not allow for take too long, they will cancel. It told the cost about 500,000. So then they more of a deterrent than the clamp. So if we clamp, we increase the clamping. Maybe that's the price of clamping.
Somebody
will
will also talk say on our work start from the kind spare part entire the way they can at the country because that are some of the reason of accident and other problem they wake also happen now the road them of the different motor car them. How unaki look in a particular area?
Now we do that we for regulate spare parts. That has not been done in the past. Now don't begin for look into it. Say we need for regulate the spare parts industry. So don't do a survey. What they do currently, we research and planning. They do a survey into the amount of the number of spare parts we registered with you. So they go on a registration process and foresee the kind of spare parts inside and they pull them come what did they happen. Because yes, as you see, somebody will go buy brakes. It take 1 week. The brakes finish. Then they use oil. Maybe you put the oil. You go motor car sees. You understand? And this is very dangerous.
Somebody watch you now with Facebook page, J they say, Mr. Panda, those commercial vehicles marked Timo on the road, plying the route from Doazak are very dangerous vehicles. Why do you continue to give license to those type of vehicles?
In fact, tell me on the road, instead we don't come tell we take 1 or 2 of the vehicle them, we go dismantle them completely and say we use them for parts. Instead we call them where we seize the vehicle them. So instead where say the vehicle they are not being correct for them on the road. So it just bakes it, it will dismantle the vehicle then take the parts then we go able to take. So we allow them for do that to dismantle the vehicle them. There are 2 of them vehicle them or 1, nothing or 2 vehicle them been dismantled. We enforce. We know they allow them vehicle and they on the any side we will see them. As I say, we number 9 small, the enforcement team. Now 45, the whole of Freetown. We can look around about 45. So we gradually get there. We do recruitment at the moment and we will get the numbers up. We will see more of a big positive difference.
What is you don't plan them on the ban of right-hand vehicles?
Right-hand vehicle is banned. We know they accept them, we know they register them. Right-hand vehicle, no, they do nothing, no, they touch them.
But we are saying people still they cow them.
People, I make you wonder why then they allow people them for bring right-handed for not for allow them for even ship them into the country because we know they use them. We know they allow. We even stop vehicle they won't pass. They not be get the correct permit for about 3 days. We hold them. We not be get the correct permit for pass through Sierra Leone because only the come next day them pass, then bring them into the country. But you get for get license for able to change that way, then they say conversion, this, that we know they do. We know they allow, we know they do, and we safe, we know they allow. Period. It's we just know the register right-hand vehicles.
Okay, looking at the strategy where you say some poda driver them can go put and sit fine in order for get license. After that, they go put a back for make them get more seat. If one don't know the until then they, things are not for even get a license at all.
No, when we catch you of course, when we catch you doing that, then a crime in particular. We'll not do that. We don't talk and say, we'll catch you to do. You go do the vehicles back, put metal seats. We'll not register that vehicle there anymore.
So looking at so many concern and messages where don't come, going back and engage with you different pattern the way they work with. What will see you focus on as you create priority for addressing so many road problem then?
The one of the things that enforcement really need for do a lot more enforcement because any side all the causes they were don't go all side don't go enforcement are the key. Enforcement to have penalties no matter the education we give, no matter the talk we'll go talk about it. If you not put a penalty with the education, the work. Then research don't show them a lot of the causes they would go. They should say research say enforcement nine the key. Advocate we get for advocates. We get for talk to people them. Education not they bad for tell people them, but you get for back them up with them some bite.
So the issue of the driver's license, where people on the raise concern about how soon then they go down and the issue say okay the seal and all kites and all other issue will become thing of the past because as an institution we are not for wait all that they happen we for make sure so that they ahead of all the issues then they
that we are ahead of the issue, we are on top of the issue. Driving license no stop, people they get driving license. Whether they seal they seal not, the people they get driving license. The seal have been just a security measure currently, but we get things in place. We check where if the police know, ONS know, all security agencies know. Say we do a license where they last for 6 months because we overhaul, we actually change the whole security feature of the license and the look of the license. So we dey on top of it. People they get their license. Nobody, for say you not get your license. If you come to we, not go to them goods, not go to the people there, not send an agent. Can we office?
But now aware of the agent and they now they allow them for work na the institution.
No, the thing is, they're not the work now institution. What thing they do? I can't say to you, no, send somebody. If you want to send somebody for go do your vehicle license for you. If you decide upon yourself as an adult for take somebody for go do your license for you, I can't stop you from doing it, because you get people that way. So I say, I work, I go send me brother, let do me license for you. Now driving license you're not going to do because you need for the day for take the test. But vehicle license, person can go do on your behalf. We not register agents, we not register anybody. You get people then wait we go tell you say I go and now they do license. Well, as you go at the gate, some people can don't reach up to the gate. Then somebody tell us say I go do license. Instead of walking to our counter, we go make it easy for you. But if you decide for go give somebody else for do license, because most of them people and they wait and take the money that you earn, then they go give you plenty story. Director not day, this person not day for sign this paper not day, or this license not day, and so they will begin to tell you say license not day, and give you. So most people can find out they take longer for let them get the license. But if you come to we counters, I'll show you say you go you license time.
So, but you don't get somebody where you don't get an issue saying an agent get a receipt, we get on a letterhead stamp and everything from the salon. At the end of the day, you're not able waiting pay for, you're not able get them. So waiting at the agent here or waiting really then they do yanda.
We not get agents. We not certify no agents.
So
you get people that would do fake. You get these people. These are ordinary citizens or citizens. We go say, "I they help you for get license." They're not attached to your authority. They're not they work for your authority. In everything, in every situation you get people that would do fake. Would they get fake driving license? Would they get fake registrations? Would they get fake TVRs? Would they
in
get
them cases, then they wanna all the people the safety authority come na the program this morning, come talk about them work and some of the measures them way they don't put in place for make sure say the road safe for the user them. Well, now they end the program. Good Morning Salone for today on edition. Now Alex Lawrence Koma and Michael Sambola na them produce the program. DJ Ahmad na give you technical support. Moses Kavura and in team na they make una watch we our Facebook broadcast. Well, don't forget for listening to other programs. Them at 12 we go midday show. Get plenty other information in there for you. 7 o'clock in the evening na time for national news. At 9 we other current affairs program waiting the be. So to meet back, Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a nice day.
And Mina Sapti Kalon, they say tata.
All right, family, stay tuned. I'll have to get inside with Good Morning Salone program.